Hey guys, Viola here,
Hey, it's James.
and welcome back to our channel. So we are coming back to you guys today with another video, and today's topic is actually a response to one of the questions that we feel we get a lot, and someone actually asked us to do a video about it. So how do we avoid falling into a routine once we get married? Basically, you guys fall out of the honeymoon phase. I like this question because it's something that I've always felt I would have to deal with. I really don't like it, and I'll explain why.
I think the honeymoon phase is something that you should always be in. The quote unquote honeymoon phase, anyway, is something that you should strive to always be in. You should always be excited about your relationship. Your partner is your world, so you have to do everything you have to do everything for your partner, and everything that you do should be based around, pleasing your partner and making sure that they're taken care of.
Yeah, so I'm acting like this because I'm actually really annoyed. I don't like the honeymoon phase. I'll go into detail. I'm 24. When we got married, I was 22. Most people thought I was older than I was. So when I was shared that I was just 22, it's like, oh my gosh, whatever. They said whatever they felt. Obviously very excited about my relationship. They would say things like, oh, well, you guys are still in the honeymoon phase. You're still newlyweds. Enjoy it while it lasts. And I'm just like, why are you so bitter?
Debbie Downers.
Don't bring our relationship down to your level of understanding.
Absolutely.
We'll be inside of a store. This one particular time, I just didn't have my purse. We're in line. We get to the register. I look over at him, and I'm like, babe, did you forget your wallet again? He's like, it's in the car. So he has to run to the car. People getting annoyed. And when he came back, I wasn't mad. I wasn't like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So the lady's like, oh, you guys must be newlyweds, the cashier. So I'm like, we are actually. I'm thinking she's like hype. I'm like, yeah, we are. We just got married 6 months ago, whatever it was. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, no wonder you didn't go off on him. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, yeah, I'll give it a few years. Stuff like that is going to really start to annoy you. So I said to her, I was like, no, I don't think that any matter of time is going to change how I respond to things. I think that's a very small matter. He forgot his wallet.
Right.
And she was like, yeah, but you guys just haven't been together very long. Stuff like that eventually will start to annoy you. I'm like, why are you sitting here trying to convince me? You're sitting here trying to tell me that I should enjoy my marriage while I have it good, because in a few years it's going to die down. We're going to hate each other.
Positive vibes only.
Just because your relationship sucks doesn't mean that that's applicable to us. And that's something that I think just needs to stop. You have to be so intentional. And I don't mean it's hard work. It doesn't feel like taxing labor. I don't feel like, oh, gotta serve my husband today. Let me make sure he has food when he comes home. I take pride in making sure that his needs are met, and vice versa. And that's with any relationship. If you're not willing to be a servant to the other person, you're too selfish to be in a relationship. So just be single.
Absolutely. Being in a relationship, like I said, it is work, but it's not, like she said, it's not anything that's taxing on you. And if you have a good partner, you two will complement each other, so that the work that you put in for her and the work that she puts in for you, it'll balance itself out. So I know that I can be completely invested in her because I know she's completely invested in me. So therefore, I don't have to worry about my own needs because I know they're going to be taken care of. So that's really the idea. You two have to have some type of communication, know what your roles are in a relationship. Like we said in our previous video, have whatever your commandments are for your relationship mapped out. Whether it be a mission statement, a vision statement, whatever that is, however you structure it in your relationship, you should definitely have, top Fortune 500 companies have vision statements and mission statements. Why wouldn't you have it in your relationship? You work for these companies and you stick by this stuff. You should stick by it in your relationship. It's very important.
One of the biggest commandments in our relationship
Number one
is to communicate. And I'm guilty of this. There have been times where I would talk myself out of saying something because I'm like, oh, it's a small issue. But then I'll let it linger, and then it bothers me, and then I end up bringing it up a day or two later. Right. And he's like, well, why didn't you just say something when it happened? I'm like, well, it wasn't that big a deal. And we talk about it, we move forward. I addressed it. I expect that it doesn't happen again. Now, obviously, it's not like, I got it, I'll never mess up again. Be willing to forgive and, grow together, but communicate.
And that really frustrates me when she doesn't tell me right away, because I'm like, I'm thinking it's been on your mind for a whole 48 hours or 24 hours. You should have said something as soon as it came up, And that also has to do with, you as a person. You have to be willing to accept criticism, when your partner gives it, and say, okay, I hear what you're saying. I'm going to do what I can to work on it. And it's not going to happen overnight. And you as, the person that's bringing up the issue, you have to also be willing to work with your partner and saying, all right, I mentioned this. If it happens again, mention it again. don't expect it to not happen again because you mentioned it once. Just mention it again. Hey, you know, remember I said, oh yeah, I did. I forgot. I'm sorry, babe. And just, you know, eventually, if your partner is really working on it, they'll fix the issue.
Yeah, I remember reading something and it stated like you've been single for X amount of years. You were 27 when we got married. Like, I can't expect all 27 years of built habits to just drop once we're together. It really is that simple.
Yeah.
Like, don't overcomplicate things. I think that's why a lot of people have friction in relationships. I expect him to read my mind. And yeah, there are times where I do expect him to read my mind, I'll be honest. Like, you should know these things. But he doesn't. So, am I going to just be upset and bitter because I think he should know something? Or I'm going to just help him learn it and be willing to, you know, watch him grow in the process? Because that's the fun part. Like, when he does something that I've complained about without being asked, it makes me feel so much better because I know it's something that he had to intentionally do, which is a sacrifice. And that's when you feel the most love, when you know someone sacrificed to ensure that you have your needs met. Some of the things that we also do to ensure that we stay spontaneous and fun, I mentioned this in our first video, we just have to laugh together. If I hear somebody's voice crack, like literally it's something as simple as that, or someone trips, I will find him across an arena. Like, I don't care where we are, I'm looking for him. And once we meet eyes, it's just like communal laughter. Like, we laugh. And then we have so many insiders. We just have fun together. Like, we laugh all the time. Just the other day in a hotel, like, this wasn't funny then, but he like scared me when I was in the shower. Like, I was furious. I punched the crap out of him. Like, what is...
Violence is never the answer, by the way.
Aren't you happy if a stranger tried to bust in my shower that I defended myself, though?
I was just having a conversation with you a little while before.
No, it was too much time in between that I wasn't expecting it, and then he just screamed, and I anyway.
Also, going back to the honeymoon phase, wedding is not a marriage. So a lot of times people, a wedding is like a show in a sense. So a lot of times people go all out for the wedding. A lot of times when we're going towards the wedding, we start to work out, we want to lose weight, we want to be in our best shape possible. You know, you want the dress to fit right, the guys want the tuxedo to fit right. And you go all out. And then once you're together, it's like, all right, you know, I'm glad that's over. And you stop doing the things that you did when you were dating, you know. And it's more important that you do it after the wedding than before the wedding. Because if you really care about that person, you really love that person, you want to treat them better than, you know, when you were courting. And I think that's very important. It's very key to make sure that you're constantly progressing. You know, you guys share your goals with each other, have communal goals, work towards them, always be moving forward.
You mentioned earlier, like, be able to accept criticism. That's another thing. We're accountability partners. So if I say to him, hey, I want to lose 15 pounds, if he sees me, you know, stuffing my face with ice cream and cookies, like, he's not going to be like, oh, you know, you gave up so easily. There's a certain way to say the same thing, but you got to say it, you know, in the right way.
Right.
He can say, hey, babe, you know, you asked me to hold you accountable. You said you wanted to lose 15 pounds in a month. Is this meal really helping you get towards your goal? And I know he's, you know, confronting me in love. Like, he understands that I do have a goal. And me personally, if I set a goal and I don't meet it, like, I don't feel good about myself.
Right.
He knows that. Like, I get really down on myself. He wants to make sure that if I set a goal, I hit it. So it's like, hey, you know, enjoy this last meal. I'm not going to snatch your cookies out your hand, but stop doing this.
Right.
And if you said you were going to work out, you know, it's already 8 o'clock at night. How late you want to go? Like, let's go. There are times I'm snappy, like, I want a cookie, like.
A lot of times, most of the time.
Well, I want a cookie.
99%.
Not that much, Jack.
Yeah, 95.
Anyway.
You always have to be very protective of your environment, I guess. You know, like she was just talking about the negative self-talk. If you have cookies and ice cream and stuff in your house, you're gonna eat it. Like, you know, it just is what it is. So you have to substitute it with something else in your house. You know, so substitute it with fruit, something healthier. You know, it's always better. I
love Eric Thomas, but sometimes I just want to hear Afro beats or reggae or just music. So it's like, babe, can you please play some music?
E.T. the hip-hop preacher.
Yeah, he's like, is Beyonce going to help you get better? And actually, I'm like, yes, I like Beyonce. Like, she makes me feel fierce. But
I never said that, but...
I know, I'm just saying, but that's your point. Like, I'm trying to help you. I'm creating a positive space for you. Like, you need to hear this positive stuff so that you begin to believe it. You know, you start to internalize it, and what you put in, what you put out. So I'm very thankful for those things that you do because it does help. You know, sometimes I know I need to do certain things, and I just don't want to. It's like, I'm going to play WizKid instead. And another way he holds me accountable. So right now, I have a really big goal, a really, really big financial business goal, and I love to shop. We decided together that I cannot shop until I hit this goal.
This is what you call a win-win, fellas. So she can't shop until she hits the goal, which means I get to save money until she hits the goal. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, so I have to give him my card so that I can't use it. And yeah, it's going to be like, I feel sad. Like, I really do.
This is basically how it works. If she goes to work, if she goes to work, she shops. I'm like, if you're shopping and you're spending more than you're making, you know, what's the point of going to work? Just stay home.
I really don't. Like, no, actually, so wait, does that cancel it out? Because I go to work. I only work like 3 or 4 times a pay period. So if I make $200 and I just turn it around, did I actually lose money? I lost time, so yeah.
Yes,
okay.
That's a much more valuable
True.
asset.
Also, the reason why I'm not shopping, it kind of goes into my fitness goals. I do want to slim down some, so there's no point in buying stuff if I'm going to be a different size in a few months. So I'm excited though, because I know once I hit my goal, I get to go shopping.
I'm not looking forward to it.
It's always going to be a new challenge. Just expect it together and push through it together. And then it brings you guys closer together. So we appreciate your love. We appreciate your support. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let us know if there's anything else that we can do, because our marriage is not average. We want to be great. We want to be excellent. We want to be phenomenal. Because what else? Why not have the best?
So like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. See you next week.
Yep. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye, guys.